This has got to be one of the strongest engines I've seen assembled in this format, and we've got to find an answer quick. Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Before we hop into the draft, I want to thank all of you, the subscribers, for supporting the channel here today. And because I love you all so much, I've unlocked access to the Daily Draft Discord, available to subscribers and non-subscribers alike. There's a link in the description to join the Discord, so check that out because we'd love to have you on board. Also, if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here, you will get access to an exclusive subscribers-only channel on the server. So if you're not subscribed yet, you will absolutely want to be to have access to that and to just support the channel in general. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you're here for not the first time, clearly you've come back for one reason or another, and a quick subscription would go a long way in showing support for the channel. Alright, with that out of the way, let's dive into our draft for today. Okay, pretty underwhelming pack here, to be honest. I mean, Devilish Valet is just a hard nope. Rafine's Informant's pretty good. Fake Hero on Death is fine. Disciplined Duelist is by far the best card in this pack, but man, it's hard to start with this early. I mean, I'm going to take it because it has the highest upside, and I think it's just by far and away the best card in this pack, but not a great pack when pick one, in my opinion. Now, don't forget that this is our last week of Monday through Friday Streets of New Capenna drafts. Beginning next week, we're going to switch to Monday and Thursday only with some extra content sprinkled in. So hope to see you there. Now we've got Out of the Way and Celestial Regulator, I think, and Gathering Throng to a lesser extent. These both kind of push me down a blue-white splash Disciplined Duelist path. So it's a matter of Out of the Way or Regulator, both being kind of just blue cards, really. I think I'm going to land on the Regulator here, but that could be wrong, and we're passing a lot of good blue and white already. Because now there's a Jewel Thief. There's also Make Disappear. I think I'm going to land on Jewel Thief. It's just that much better than Make Disappear. We don't have to be married to the Regulator. Now we have an option to kind of go a couple of routes here. I think this is well, I was going to say it's a pretty easy Botanical Plaza, but we've also got Adjudicators, and I think we're going to land here. There's a good black-red deck going around, but we've got a really good start to a Broker's deck here. Like, this is about as good as you can ask for. We just got to hope it's not super cut. This land would be great to have, but we're going to take the Adjudicators. Virtuoso, yeah, another good one. Nuisance is also good. Here's another piece to the red-black deck, but we're going to go ahead and take Virtuoso. And I don't really know exactly what we're doing as far as blue-white, green-white, blue-green, anyone? No. We'll see. We're going to take some lands pretty highly here. That's a really late Out of the Way, so we'll definitely take that. Pretty late Court Official as well. Make Disappear. Nice. So we'll take the Out of the Way. We're kind of all over with our mana right now. We have 4 white cards, 3 green cards, and 4 blue cards. Gonna need some lands. I really wouldn't mind if we got out of this pack with like a Botanical Plaza, a Broker's Hideout, and then like one other card. I think that'd be great. Maybe we'll get lucky enough at our Mythic slot to open a Inspiring Overseer in the next pack. That'd be great. Packs are coming around pretty slow here. Well, there's a Broker's Hideout. I said I'd be happy with that, so we're going to take it. Absolutely. Plenty of green, and then there was also a Dapper Shieldmate there. So there's green and white kind of coming around the table here. So we have options. There's a For the Family that wouldn't be an awful include, depending on what our mana eventually looks like. Hold for Ransom over Backstreet Boys here, I'm pretty sure, because white is the color that's going to hold blue and green together, so if anything, we'd like to mainly be white. No chance the Rafine's Informant wheels, right? Yeah, that'd be crazy. So, Gardener and Sawjack did, though, so we'll take Gardener. I don't think this is a Bruiser deck. So we'll take the 2-drop here. Another Gardener, but there's a Skybridge Towers, and I think we have to take the Towers here. Make Disappear coming around pretty late. So, I mean, we're getting the Broker's cards. Yeah, we'll take For the Family, but who knows? And a last pick, Make Disappear. Yes, please. All right. Fleetfoot Dancer would mean we have to find a way to splash red. It's a great card. But we're probably going to be stretching our mana enough as it is. There's a Fairy Vandal, a Cleanup Crew, a Rafine's Informant, and a Run Out of Town. So are we more likely to be blue-white or green-white? That's the tough question. I think because we know that white is in both of those, I might land on Informant here, and here's why. 2-drops are super important. I know there's Fairy Vandal, but we might go green-white. This is probably a little bit more powerful in green-white, and this is probably a little bit more powerful in blue-white. But there's a chance if we take either of these, we can't play either of them. Because if we go blue-white, we just straight up can't play Cleanup Crew. So I'm going to take the Rafine's Informant because we know we're going to be white. Because now we see all of the green, and we can take a Civil Servant, I think, with 3 citizens already. There's a Virtuoso here as well, but I'm not sure this is really going to be the best Virtuoso deck. It could be fine, but not great. We could take Civil Servant over Venom Connoisseur and a Regulator. I think Servant is better than even a second Regulator here. Now we have Swooping Protector versus Broker's Hideout. How much do we want to splash blue? Adjudicators is great. Duelist is great. Out of the Way is great. Regulators, fine, depending on how many counters we end up with. I think I'm going to take the Broker's Hideout here for our mana. Green, blue, white. Give me this whole pack and then let's move on to pack 3, please. Bouncers beat down. Okay, so I think we're more likely to be green-white here. So we might even wheel something out of this. Spar's Adjudicators is great. Bouncers Beatdown is also great. Freelance Muscle is... I keep saying this card is good, but I don't know, I can never find a way to fit it into my deck. Kaldaya Strong Arm, Make Disappear, all these are good. I think I'm going to land on Spar's Adjudicators, and our mana is pretty set. I mean, we'll take a couple more lands, like if we can get a Botanical Plaza, we might be able to just kind of play straight up 3 colors. Yeah, now I wish I would have taken one of the other cards, but I'll take Adjudicators. Number 3. So what's our win con in this deck right now? We don't really have a great win con. So we'll have to watch out for that. What is this one again? No. No. Strong Arm, maybe. Kill Shot. Bypass. I don't think we're going to be heavy enough blue to do this. I know we have the Virtuoso. I'm just not a huge fan of this card. It's difficult to get going. I think I'm going to take Strong Arm here. Groundbreaker's pretty good. How many citizens do we have? 6 citizens. It's pretty good. Social Climber, Initiate, or a third Make Disappear. Guess I'll take Make Disappear number 3. Maybe we could just kind of play all of the cards. Riveteers gets Mountain Forest Swamp. That's not us at all. Warm Welcome, I guess, but I don't think we're running that one. Same thing with all of this. Probably not running any of these cards. Same thing here. Any of those last packs could have had a Botanical Plaza or something. I would have been ecstatic with that. But you know what? We've got a good Broker's deck here. We've got Duelist, 3 Adjudicators, a Jewel Thief, a Civil Servant, an Informant. We have some things going on. Ooh, man. Civil Servant versus Mysterious Limousine. We're taking the Limousine. This card is great. Obviously would love to have another Servant, but we're taking the Limousine. Absolutely. There is our power. And then followed up with kind of an underwhelming pack. We've got Civic Gardener, which how many 2-drops do we have? Got a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay. Gathering Throng. Could fit nicely into there, but we need to get at least one more of these to really make it playable. And that's kind of where we're at. This one wheeled last time, so there's a chance this could wheel. I'm going to risk it with the Gathering Throng, see if we can pick up another one. Okay, now we have Backup Agent, which I think I'm going to land on that over Pummeler for the family and Refuse to Yield. Body Dropper Forge Boss going on here. But let's take the 2-drop and Backup Agent. Broker's Hideout. Yeah. That's what we're taking here. So it looks like we didn't get any Inspiring Overseers this draft, but can never be lucky. When it's mythic rare, you don't always see them. For all you out there, I know it's a common. It's a joke. In case you didn't get it. Inspector, Crowbar, Killshot. I think I'm going to take the Crowbar. Makes our 1 Civil Servant better. We could, honestly, we can get away with taking Inspector here. Inspector is good. I think I'm going to take Inspector. Our mana is quite good, to be honest. I'm going to take Inspector. Now it's Backup Agent versus a second Regulator. How good is our mana is the question mark. Right now we have 3 Broker's Hideouts, a Skybridge Towers, and 3 Spars Adjudicators. That's pretty good. So I think I'm going to take the Regulator. We did get the second Gathering Throng. All right, there we go. Got there on the Gathering Throngs. Echo Inspector number 2, yeah. Yeah. Probably not running for the family in this deck. Broken Wings. No, not playing any of this. I don't think there were any other lands to come around, but I would have loved a green-white duel. Aw, got excited. It's not it. We're not playing any of this. Not playing any of this. Third to last pick, Body Dropper. There you go. Could money draft this for real life. This card's $2 or $3 in the real life. Let's take the uncommon. Doesn't matter. All right, so this is 24 cards right here. Probably going to cut one card and call it a day. I think our mana is good enough to run it as it is, to be honest. Sorry, got a random bug flying around. All right, let's see. Creatures, non-creatures. I don't mind these 3 make disappears. Kaldaya Strongarm might be kind of the odd one out here. Everything else seems fine. All right, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green pips. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue pips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white pips. So we're like, and maybe 11 white pips. Kind of right down the middle there. So this is 17. And right now we have, probably need an extra white and one less, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. Maybe do this. Then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, and 4, 5, 6, 7 green. Plus all the adjudicators to help us with that too. I think the mana's fine. Famous last words. But yeah, let's try it. See how it goes here. This is kind of the broker's deck you're hoping for. Let's just hope the mana cooperates. Okay, so we're real slow, but we have a lot of 2 and 3 drops in the deck. They're playing green. Could get punished here. Exiling adjudicators on 2 is going to go a long way. They're probably going to exile. My guess is they're going to exile Rakish Revelers. Do we want to just play Backup Agent? That makes Regulator much better next turn. Yeah. Let's play a Backup Agent. Oh, they did nothing. Okay. Okay. we'll go ahead and freeze that. And the next turn we can hold up Out of the Way, or maybe a couple of Adjudicator exiles. Probably just going to Out of the Way that right now. Don't have a great way to answer it, but I'm gonna send him back pretty hard here. As far as tempo goes. All right. Let's put this here, and then we can do Jewel Thief, I think. Now, now is Jaxus going to take over here? This is just a canter attack or block, right? Yeah, so it could still do its blitz thing. Jeez. This is a combo right here, isn't it? They're dealing 2 to us every turn with this stupid Roastmaster. Maybe 4. Yeah. Jeez. Alright, alright. I don't like doing this, but I mean... we're gonna take tons of damage every turn here. Oof. Gonna die to a Jaxus. We might have to try to race it. I'm okay trading Jewel Thief for either of these creatures. Okay, so they're just soaking up one of the damage, I guess. So we'll do this plus this. And now you can't attack or block. And now Groundbreaker next turn on top of this could spell doom for them. Depends here. We might be a turn too late. They can effectively put us to 8. Jeez. Okay. Discarding Soul of Emancipation. Celebrity Fencer is getting swole. Do we need the lifelink from Civil Servant? Play this, equip it to Servant, attack, tap that. We would gain 5 life. And they might trade it for a fencer, go up to 13. But we're still dealing with this. Oof, I don't know. This is tough. I don't think we die if we do this. I mean, there's a lot of things that could kill us. They have quite the engine going. Okay. I think I'm okay with that, because that means they're not going to be pinging us for a minimum of 2 every turn. Okay, they get to gain some life here. Celebrity Fencer getting swole. Yeah, this is a problem, that's for sure. Ugh, now it's got menace. Oh no. We need removal or something. Oh, they just drew hold for ransom. And we drew land. Oh, come on, why? Darn. Darn, darn, darn. I don't think we can do it anymore, folks. I think that that nice little top deck might have just done us in. Get to gain 2 life every turn. Man, Jaxus must be... An unopposed Jaxus on the opposing side of the battlefield is not easy to deal with. Well, it sucks, but we're going to have to kill the Celebrity Fencer here. Yeah, you can get in with everything. You pretty much win. Alright, they go to 10. That doesn't do anything, so see you in the next one. Okay, this hand's fine. We can go back up Agent into Make Disappear even if we miss a land, and if we draw a land, we can do Regulator. If we draw a green, we can go Duelist. We got some things here. I think now I gotta do this to see if we can find a land. There's a land. probably get rid of Backup Agent, I guess. Although Backup Agent on Duelist is really, really good. Maybe it's just Make Disappear, because next turn we're going Regulator, then after that we're kind of seeing what's up. I'll do Make Disappear here. Okay. We could just go Duelist now. I'm going to do this, and I'm also going to leave back Informant to block this. Because I could just play a Citizen, get in for some lifelink here now. Not a Citizen, but we're playing against very similar decks here. I think I'm still fine trading. It's like I mentioned, Backup Agent on this, they're just going to chump here. But they're always going to do that. So let's do this, hold up, Make Disappear. Oh, they're just going to take it. Okay. Now we have to watch out for this. Do we want to use Out of the Way on their Gardener? I'm going to do it here. Get some really good tempo. Now we could potentially go Regulator on this. And now we start smashing here. We are shields down for a moment. Okay. It's one of the worst ones they could have resolved, because now that blanks this thing. Disciplined Duelist is so good. Traded a shield counter for their 2 creatures there. And it's still a 3/2 double striker on the board? We would have to sacrifice Regulator to do that. But I think it's important that this doesn't resolve. It does come with a shield counter. Oh, 1 or greater. It's casualty 1. Oh, that's great then. For some reason I kept thinking that was casualty 2. Here comes Civic Gardener, probably. Okay. Well, that's a draw. Oh, missed him. Alright, end turn. I'm going to get him before the end of this video. He's buzzing around here. Okay, Jewel Thief. Grifter. Gardener. Got a lot there. Land. mini game within a game here. Can we catch the fly? All right, sweet. Got the dub. Okay, so we don't have a blue, but we do have Informant to help us find the blue. And if we don't find the blue, we can pitch one of the blue. So let's do that. Interesting. No, I'm still going to lead on Informant. Probably just pitching Make Disappear, because we're not going to have that up for quite a while. Okay. Combat. Go get our blue now. Kind of playing a turn behind. But that's alright. Must be nice. Highly incentivized to play Throng so that I don't draw my other one, so I get a card out of this, but that lines up so poorly on this board right now that I'm just going to do this. And then if they play like a green creature or something, we can have Out of the Way up. There we go. That's the green creature we hope they play. We could play Jewel Thief and still have Out of the Way up. That seems a little more mana efficient. Let's do that. They do have some sort of interaction here. They get another treasure off of this, but this is very tempo positive for us. Okay, I see. No blocks. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Kind of saw that one coming a little bit. That kind of stonewalls everything we got going on here. If we do draw an untapped land, we can exile that. Probably don't want to race. Yeah, this trade's going to happen at some point here, so let's make it. Not quite an untapped land. So let's get a green, I guess. Play Throng here. Get another one. Man, look at that deck. It's loaded. Can't attack. So go ahead. Okay. The mirror match. Ugh. Mysterious Limousine looking worse and worse here. Probably okay trading that for Celestial Regulator at this point. Alright, so let's do this. And the next turn we can Adjudicators and possibly be able to hit with that. I'm okay trading this one off, but not Throng for Lackey. So we'll let them make that trade there. Sure. You got a combat trick? If so, I'm fine if you want to use it on this. That's fine. I mean, lifelink is less fine, but... Interesting. This is not very mana efficient. This is, but I want to get this on the battlefield. Because we can go Groundbreaker, equip it, and then it's a 4-1 or 4-2 double striker with a shield counter. Like, that's great. Alright, let's cross our fingers they don't have, like, kill shot or something. I'm gonna risk it that they don't. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Okay, sure. Well, that's just great. I mean, I guess we're giving them an elegant entourage back, but then if we do that, it just trades for the limousine. So that feels so bad. So something we can do. It's not really going to matter though, because this is going to enter back. If we like played Groundbreaker, crewed this, equipped Groundbreaker onto it, it would be a 6/5. But then that doesn't really solve our problem because we would exile that, they would block with this and that and get this right back. So that doesn't really do anything for us. So I might just play both of these creatures out here. Or play creature plus Groundbreaker. Next turn we can equip Groundbreaker and play Adjudicators. It's one of the best winning cards in the entire set right there. I mean, I feel like our deck is good. We're just... I don't know what's going on, man. We got a really good deck. We're just getting smacked. Smacked by a couple of mythics here. Yeah, that's a good combo too. That's a good combo. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. Here come the lands. It's got trample, so at least there's that. Yeah. Okay. What? You were not losing that game, were you? There's no way. Like, this was gonna die. So it was gonna kill all these things, then kill that and have a shield counter. I don't know, man. I'll take it though. Let's go. Man, this is the kind of hand that on the play just single-handedly wins games. I mean, Civil Servant into Backup Agent, putting the counter on this, attacking, tapping it with a 4/4 Lifelinker on turn 3. That's really good. Let's see if they can keep up. Alright, cross your fingers, no strangle. Or something of the like. That I'm okay with, I think. We could play Throng here, and then next turn we can do Jewel Thief plus Backup Agent. We still gain the life because we can tap that with the Throng. It's a little bit more mana efficient that way. I've never seen this card in play yet. Let's see if it's any good. It's kind of like a mana dork you have to use on your turn. 2-mana 2/2 that taps for any color of mana, like almost on your turn. There's the Strangle, so. Yeah, Backup Agent would have put it out of range of Strangle. Maybe that was just worth doing. But, oh well, we still got a good hand here. Alright, I'm suspicious of Cabaret Charm. I'll do this. And then now we can hold up, make disappear for Cabaret Charm if we attack with this. And if they don't do it, then we can just play a post-combat Backup Agent, or just still hold up, make disappear. Nope, okay. So do we want a Backup Agent or just hold up, make disappear here? I'm okay just holding up, make disappear, because next turn we can go Backup Agent, and no we can't, because we don't have double white. Make disappear is going to get worse as the game goes here. Especially with their ability to make treasures. Still going to hold it up, and this could be wrong because of the fact that we only have a white. But, alright, what do you got? Oh, you're going to activate that to draw cards? Please, give me cards, give me cards. Alright, let's go. Thank you. So we have to remember that they can tap this for a treasure in response, so we have to counter... to take that into account when casting Make Disappear. Now they just have what they have. So we can counter a 4 or a 5 drop. Alright, we'll go ahead and counter that. Let's see him. Sorry, he was on my light up there, and I still missed. Alright, Echo Inspector. Is the only card. We can only single spell this turn, which feels bad. So I guess we're gonna start with Echo Inspector. Man, this island is really doing almost nothing for us. Yeah, Gathering Throng's not great either. I want the counter, so. Okay, you're at 12. Fair. It will die. Keep coming in with that, don't you? Okay, fine. Fine with that. All right, what do you got post-combat here? Because whatever it is, it's probably staying tapped down next turn. Rooftop nuisance? Come on, Aqua Bisquick. Hold for ransom number 2. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry if you're not into, if you're not at all into Fly Saga here, but it's the bane of my existence right now. Regulator. What do we want to keep tapped down? Probably this. And then we can do backup agent. Put it on the throng here. And now next turn we have a lot going on. We could either exile something. We could Groundbreaker on top of backup agent and then get in there with everything. Have some good attacks. We have options. That's probably not going to do it. They're going to find all their lands now. Holy moly. To the end of this turn, right? Play those cards this turn. Cool. So 2 mana, sacrifice a creature, draw and play a land. Not that great. They're certainly taking their time with all their decisions, though, and they have swiftly made their final one. 3-1, let's keep chugging along here. A little slow, but we're good. I think I'm going to get a white because we have the Limousine in our deck. And that's the only double colored card we have. Is that correct? Let me double check on that. Yeah, everything else is single, so we can do a green now. Turn 3 Discipline Duelist. Do we just trade this stupid thing for a counter? No, because it has double strike, so that won't even work. Oh, that card is so good. We have one too, don't we? Alright, well, it won't be attacking for about the next 5 turns. And we have to get rid of a land here. We can trade Echo Inspector for a counter on it. Oh, they've got combat tricks and everything, man. Yeah, looks like this one's not going to go well for us here. All of this stuff is only temporary. They have another combat trick here. Alright, go to 7. Yeah, none of these things are good. Land would have been nice so we could play Civil Servant in addition. We can go Throng and Regulator, but like, that's not good. We can risk this and hope they don't have a creature, and then we could tap this down, or I mean, make that unable to block or attack. But if they draw a creature, then we just lose. We kind of already just lose, so... Oh, so close. Still no land. I want to play Regulator and have Out of the Way up for Celebrity Fencer, but we can't even do that. We could play Servant and have out of the Way up for that, but like, that's not great. So, go ahead, I guess. Put it on the Sky Crier, I assume. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good too. Making some good plays here. All right. No. No. I keep missing the damn thing. Ransom is not great. because they could just free it up. I'd like to ransom probably that. So we can do this. I think we have to play regulator here. Well, no. Well, yeah, just to block it. And then we can like hold up and make disappear if we get lucky or something. Ooh, we might get lucky. If they draw a land, we can counter this. Alright. Oh, they're just not going to do it. They have a combat trick. Can we counter it? Probably, unless it's for the family. Alright, got rid of their Skycrier. So that's good. We already got it, right? Yeah. All right. Yep. Don't know if we can turn the corner in this game. It'll be close. It's pretty good. I think we'll go ahead and exile Celebrity Fencer here. And I'm totally fine trading this for Backup Agent at this point. Okay. Well, I guess we're sacrificing one of these to not have that resolve. So probably sacrifice that one. Got pretty lucky there. We have a few more connive cards in the deck, so I'm not going to play the land. Hold for Ransom is awful on this board. So just have to pass here. Okay. There's our connive. So they're probably going to crack Ominous Parcel to get rid of this thing, so I can just safely get rid of this land. We are decking well before them, so we have to find a way to deal 24 points of damage to them. So we can crew this and have a safe attack here. Stop. Submit 0. Go to blockers. Damage. Well, that's pretty convenient. I might just do for this one here. This one blocks both of these well. Although dagger on citizen is now bad. Just in time to get rid of the virtuoso. We're just like fighting an uphill battle this whole game here. Really struggling to do much. Yeah, they're still drawing gas, and we're just stuck with a make disappear in hand. So what do they do next turn? They free that up and attack with everything. We block, crew, block, take 2, and they have a 1/1. Yeah, they've got good attacks here and probably a good way to win. We are down to 9 cards as well, so. That's a pretty good attack too. Oh, there's another one. I think they've drawn Darling of the Masses into Dapper Shieldmate into Jewel Thief. So. And then here comes a land for us almost. Yeah, well, that's a card that we can pitch, make disappear to. Does it really matter what we do? Not really. I think we're dead anyway. So if they attack with everything, we die. Okay. Okay. You got it. Just never really had an out there. Okay, pretty good hand. We can trade for their maybe 3-drop. Go get a green. Now, do we play Informant on 2 or make Disappear on 2? Probably Informant now that they did that. Definitely don't need all these lands. And I know they get a treasure, but I'm gonna trade. Nope, okay. Jewel Thief or Regulator? Regulator this turn opens up the opportunity next turn to go Jewel Thief plus make Disappear. So I'll just do that. So they're looking for a treasure here. But I can't not block, can I? Alright, well, just like last game, I guess. Or first game. We're gonna get smashed by a Jaxus. Because now they're just gonna copy Witty Roastmasters and we can't block it, really? Oh, okay. Get 2 more creatures and then every turn they can do that whole thing. This is like the same game as game number 1. Well, we're not gonna let that happen for now. Well, they're mana screwed, so at least there's that. Well, this doesn't really do anything on this board right now. White. Don't know if we can outrace a Jax's is the problem. Just gotta hope they keep getting screwed on mana, I guess. Okay. We might have to try to race this. It's just Jax's plus this means 2 of our creatures can't block every turn now. So that's bad. Obviously. So if we draw a land, we can go Ransom and Groundbreaker and equip Groundbreaker, which could really help us. But none of our creatures can really block for the rest of this game. Ugh. That's so bad for us because of these 1/1s we have. So this one has to attack now next turn? Yes. Oh, this is tough here. So, Groundbreaker, putting it on backup agent. If we did that, we would attack with a 3/2. They would block here. They would block here. I'm okay trading this, I guess. Let's put the 4/4 down. You cannot block. And they go to 3. Can they deal 16 damage to us this turn? I guess that's the question, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they blitz something here, and that only costs a red, they could blitz something else. It could be close. Is this a Girdergoons? Pugilist? Yeah, I think that does it, doesn't it? 16 damage in one turn, huh? Alright, well. Wait, what? It's only 15? Oh, jeez. We did it! I thought that was 16. That's too stressful. I can't take this anymore. Can't take it. We'll keep it. Civil Servant into Jewel Thief into Echo Inspector into all of the things here. They need to fix this. Just mouse over it and click it. Wouldn't even let me click it the first time. That's a good one. That's a good one. They had something for a blue, a black, or a red that they could play at sorcery speed, but not instant speed. Don't know what that could be. Maybe Expendable Lackey? Okay, the race is on. Strangle. They didn't want to strangle our servant last turn? Ooh. It's a nice little combo there. Grizzly Sigil. Okay. We can Mysterious Limousine away their Body Dropper. We can Adjudicators, get lifelink. This can't attack. think I like that. I know we don't have the mana for Limousine anymore, but we have a lot of white sources in the deck. So I'm willing to get in here while I can. More than likely going to save this Make Disappear for that Glamorous Outlaw if I can try. I think I'm cool with that. Oh, that's a great draw. They might have just got tipped off to the fact that we have Make Disappear here, but hopefully they go for it. All right, they do. And now time for a little trick. So we're going to attack with both. We're going to use Civic Gardener to untap itself. Then we're going to tap Civic Gardener again to get the lifelink out of that. Nice little trick there. Then Echo Inspector. I would like all of them, please. I guess we're getting rid of this. Okay. We just have so much going on. Alright, get in with everything. Untap itself. Tap it again. And there we go. We haven't got to 5+ wins in a while, but here's 5 for us. See if we can get only our 3rd trophy here. Let's go for a trophy. Okay, on the draw against the 77th ranked player in the world here, so this could be a little difficult. Now, I'm going to keep it, but this mana situation is not great. I think because we drew Regulator, I'm going to get a white with this. That way we can go Virtuoso into Regulator at the very least, just as plays. So we have things we can do. We're not getting max value out of our deck by doing this, but they're plays. Now, I'd love to top deck a green here. That'd be wonderful. Yep. Nope. Yeah, we'll get the other Throng out of our deck here. So my guess is that Throng is going to go down next turn to an Arsonist with a sacrifice somewhere in there. Rafine's Informant is woefully mana inefficient this turn, so I'm just going to play this. And then get in for 3. So let's see if they have it. Another light 'em up would be really good, because they could sacrifice Scarab, kill this, do that, ping that down. Huh. pretty bad hand here. See if we can find something better, I guess. Get rid of the Throng, because it's so bad against Arsonist here. Play Regulator, tap down. Initiate, I guess. I'm fine trading our 1 toughness here because I'd rather trade that for a creature than have this thing ping it down. If one of these were a green, we'd have this game in the bag, I think. Alright, so there's the storefront. They're going to sack the treasure, and then they can ping down Informant with this. So if they have a 2-drop here, it's going to be really good for them. Either way, it's still really good for them. Alright, a little bit delayed, but we do have it. My guess is they're going to exile a 6-drop thing. Could just use this now just to be mana efficient. We are racing pretty well. I'm just going to use this now. Even if they play the Glamorous Outlaw, our race situation right now is going really well. That could change things if they are able to draw 2 in a turn. There's their draw 2. We could really get the race on, but I'd like to do this and get all my creatures down first. And we can just push in 2 damage here. Probably should have done that pre-combat. There's a chance they wouldn't have blocked, so that was a bit of a mistake. But I think they would have. They know that the race is on. Feels so bad. They've been saving that one. I mean, our board is pretty good, but I mean, as soon as they draw another card in a turn, we're kind of stonewalled in the air. Pyre Sledge Arsonist against Disciplined Duelist is actually pretty good. Yeah. That's also pretty good. So what they're going to do here is they're going to throw Court Official in front of Duelist. It's going to... Well, it's not going to lose its shield counter, actually. So we have good attacks. Next turn, they can actually just sacrifice this for a treasure. And, oh, it's got First Strike. Okay, so they're going to trade that for a counter. Okay. Now Pyre Sledge Arsonist can get down Disciplined Duelist if they're able to sacrifice something. This does Cormella. Okay. Alright, well let's keep smacking in, I guess. What are they going to get back? Whack or light 'em up? Both of which are quite good. They can trade Duelist for Cormella and get back Whack, kill this one, and then... Maybe I don't want to do that. I'd rather them just chump. But as long as Duelist is out here, Arsonist is really good. Let's do this. So if we kill Cormella, they're going to get back, again, they're going to get back either Whack or Light 'em Up, and either of those can deal with Duelist here. If we get rid of Pyre Sledge Arsonist, this can at least trade with that. So I'm going to do this. At least we cleared a land, but it doesn't solve our issue of being able to get through Fairy Vandal. There's their Glamorous Outlaw. Okay. Yep. Not liking our spot here, because they got a card they want off the top, and we drew a land. They kind of have good attacks with everything, to be honest. With at least that, I can't do anything about that. Well, let's hope it's not instant speed removal. Okay, so if we swing out and all their board survives and they don't die, we're dead on the backswing. Is it worth the risk? So really what would have to happen here is we swing with everything. They instant speed remove the duelist here. They block, they go to 4, and then we die. So we can't really afford to risk it here. But if we did swing with everything, what? They block this, they block this, they would take lethal. So it's either we win or we lose. And they did scry this card to the top of their deck. So I don't think I can risk it here. Alright, so they're still taking 4 like this. We might have had the win, but I couldn't risk it there, because if it's murder, then we're dead. Okay, so they don't have an instant they can get. It's just whack or light 'em up. Those are both sorceries. But something will die on our turn. Alright, you're up. I'm moving that because more than likely Disciplined Duelist is going to die. Really close game here. Win or lose, this has been a good one. And that's really all you can ask for, you know? Good games are fun. We've both kind of done our thing. So, Light 'em Up can get rid of this, but they'd have to sacrifice that. But then we would still have this and this around. So whatever they had in hand, they didn't want to use. Which is interesting. Oh, man. So we're dead to, what's it called? Fake your own death. So we have to block. Okay, so we have to block because we're dead to fake your own death. So if we did it like that, here's what could happen. They could fake your own death on this. They would kill this one. This would go to 1. They could then light them up and kill our entire board here. So we do not want to do that. Fake your own death here. kill that, light him up on that. Yeah, I think we have to do it this way. I'm trying to think if there's something that could kill us from that spot. Like, with that hitting us. We have to assume that Disciplined Duelist is dead right now, so this is not even on the board. So, yeah, I think I'm going to block like this. And cross your fingers. Maestro's Charm puts us to 1. Okay. And then now they get to kill both of our board anyway. Man. Darn. Yeah, they had a good hand there. They had a really good hand. There was no way we could play around that. So no matter what we did, we were toast. So darn. And of course, we top deck a land. And another one. So I don't know. I feel like we could have had that there. But I think I played it just fine. It wasn't anything I did as far as playing it. So, but thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this one. We have another draft tomorrow. We have our playlist on the end of the draft here for the end screen. If you want to check out our trophies for the set so far, or yesterday's video in case you missed it, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow for your daily draft.